Hey everyone, what's up? It's Robbie here with Star Wars HQ. I hope you guys are doing good today, and we're talking about some brand new updates about Battlefront 2 regarding the March 2018 update. And then also we have an interview with Paul Kesslin about the possible return of jetpack cargo to Battlefront 2. Will that happen? As you guys know, that was a limited time mode. But let's dive straight into this. So Dennis Brandveld says this out on Twitter. He says, wrapping up work on the next patch. Extremely proud of the work done by our UI and online team for this one. It wasn't easy. You guys rock. End quote. So it sounds like they're about getting done with that March 2018 update, which a lot of us are dying for. That's going to be involving the progression system. So I'm really hyped for this one because I think that it will help Battlefront 2 big time in the long run. And it's a shame, of course, that the game launched with such a crappy progression system in the first place, but it is what it is. And it sounds like it's also taken the team a very long time to basically adjust the progression system and rehaul it completely. So it's going to be interesting to see this progression system. I can't wait for it because I do think that it will have an effect on the community in a very good way in the long term. And then also, there was a really good find out on Reddit, as you can see here, from Redditor Gundafus, I believe it is. And he found Dennis Brandveld, who says this. It's a little bit more dynamic than that. There are a few seasons that are more or less locked, mainly related to when something big happens in the movie world of Star Wars. And of course, Dennis is talking about seasons and DLC in Star Wars Battlefront 2. He goes on to say, outside of that, it's pretty much up to the community to request things. Some planets and characters will take a lot longer than others, meaning it might feel that, why did they add this simple thing first instead of adding that big thing that I wanted more? But the intent is to satisfy everyone given time. For example, obviously the big thing coming out of the launch was that the career and progression systems wasn't good enough, and we agreed. So that's the first thing we started working on. End quote. So great find there. It's basically saying, that, of course, DICE and EA are listening to fan feedback and what we want, but because of this progression system and this overhaul, it sounds like it could take a while to get to certain DLCs that we really want. So all we want to hear is, what is Season 2? And then, of course, will we be getting Clone Wars DLC? I am willing to wait, of course, for the Clone Wars DLC, but, the sooner the better. I know a lot of us want that Clone Wars DLC right now, right here. We want Clone Wars Heroes and Clone Wars DLC. But what would you like Season 2 to be? We don't know if it's going to be Rebels, the Han Solo movie, if it is going to be Clone Wars DLC, but I'll keep you guys up to date. But a lot of you guys are also wondering about jetpack cargo here, and Paul Kesslin, producer on Battlefront 2, gave some comments about that to StarWars.com, and StarWars.com asks, and players have just a limited time to equip their jetpacks and arm rocket launchers for this new mode. And Paul says this, there's a lot of stuff we had at launch, a lot of game modes, characters and vehicles to play with, but this is the first time where we're going to try out something in a more limited fashion. It's more than a mini event, but that doesn't mean it can't come back. Again, we want to try something new and interesting thing and see what fans react to. So it sounds like to me there's potential that jetpack cargo could return. Would you guys like to see this, and how would you like for it to return? Do you want it to be a permanent mode? I was having a ton of fun with this mode for sure, so we'll see what happens with that one. But yeah, looks like the March 2018 update is basically almost wrapped up and finished up, as Dennis Brandveld indicated in his Twitter post there. So we should be getting more official news about when we can expect that update and what that update includes. Sounds like it's going to include the progression system, rehaul, and stuff like that. That's going to be the most important stuff to really fix for Battlefront 2. Those glaring, core issues of the game have to be handled for anyone to really stay. It doesn't matter if you have, all of the DLC in the world. You have to have your core gameplay stable, enjoyable, and it sounds like Dennis Brandveld and the team really do know that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned here to Star Wars HQ for more Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I will see you guys later. May the Force be with you always.